you were talking about specifically the body image stuff, which I thought is an interesting thing that hasn't come up yet, because we don't engage in conversation around how images of masculinity, like a movie like 300, can be very damaging to young boys' body image. My 9-year-old will like keeps talking about getting abs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, no.
Or abs.
Right.
Like dating apps?
No, abs, like ab muscles that he wants a six pack. He said abs. That would be worse. That would be technically worse, you know? And it's like, you know, I wonder if I'm responding to it differently than other fathers, because when I responded to that, I think the same way you would to a daughter who was like, I need to get insert beautification thing here. I don't know if people are doing that to their sons, but I definitely thought about it like, where did you get that from? Like, why do you think you need that physical feature at 9? You know what I'm saying? And it plays into like the under-discussed ways, and that's a vulnerability. You know, that sense of insecurity about his body at that age is going to be however much worse at 13, you know, and when he's going through puberty, when he's starting to think differently about interaction with girls, etc. And it's important to like talk about that.
It's like body image generally in culture depicts an ideal form of human, and it's, you know, media, we're socialized to view it as attractive. I think online culture specifically, like red pill, black pill culture, is so hyper focused on lean maxing and chin maxing, and like one of the dudes I was looking at, like, recommended, one of his number one recommendations was to get like Chad facial surgery, or like jawline surgery, and all the like literally like modifying your body to look a certain way. And the thing about it is, like, there's a whole separate conversation. They're intertwined in certain parts, but the conversation of health, like physical fitness, health, and well-being is I think it's way further removed and divorced from body image than people in fitness communities like to think. Like they think like, I mean, I struggle with this too, because like now I've been back in the gym, I'm trying to get stronger. I like the way the gym feels. I love like going, getting the endorphins flowing. I love feeling like I'm strong, like I can maneuver my body. The fact that I feel like shit if I don't have six pack, like if I'm not like ripped, and you know, I haven't had one in a long time. And so what that means is not that I stopped thinking about it, that I've just constantly felt like I don't look good. And like, you know, small bites of shame every day when I look in the mirror and feel like I need to improve this thing. But if I don't, then it just perpetuates this cycle. And I'm trying to work on like reframing it so that it's like you can do both things at once. You can feel better about your body and how it looks while also feeling better just because your body's healthier. But it is such a heavy scrutiny. And like when it comes to if it's somebody struggling to get matches on dating apps or whatever, of course they're gonna think about that. If they're in a shirtless photo and they don't look like, that is just what the science of dating apps tells you, is if you have a better looking body, you will get more matches and potentially get a girlfriend. And again, this is such like weird scientific breakdown thinking of how relationships work. Right. And that's exactly what apps are socializing us to do. So, you know, how else would people deal with that, you know?
Yeah, I do wonder about the app's effect on these challenges in a modern context, because, you know, my boomer takes will always come because I can't help it, but we didn't have apps when I was your age, right? And you had to just meet people in the wild, and just the nature of our evaluation, both internally and externally, was different. And I wonder how that's been, you know, hurt by just a swipe, and like knowing like now you can tally, you know what I'm saying? You have tally marks for rejection. You probably have, I don't know, there's historical data. I've never used Tinder, but like, can you tell like how many people have not matched you or whatever? Or
yeah, I think too many people would kill themselves. They don't show you that. They show you the matches and then they put a paywall behind it, but they don't tell you who hasn't.
Okay, but because here's the thing, like, so to be fair, there's definitely evidence to the fact that certain features are more desirable. Let's not like, I don't want to like completely poo-poo that for any of the people on that are toting the line. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that my, romantic opportunities would be different if I looked like Idris Elba versus looking like Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like, there's a difference there. But the funny thing though is that what you find if you actually do the research is the masculine ideal is also homosocial, meaning that wanting to have abs and the chisel features and the, like, for me, my biggest insecurity, I had a six pack for like 3 months at one point when I was 24. That was it. So like, I've never been a huge body guy. And then I'm also, I'm a relatively large black man. I'm already kind of in a desirable body for the most part, but I've always wanted like a real beard. You know what I'm saying? Like, even before beards came into more popularity in the last couple of years, like, my dad has a big, awesome like beard, and I was like, yeah, I want that. And whatever gene didn't hit me. But even that, to an extent, is more for me and my like experience of performing masculinity than it is for actually attracting the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And I think I wish more people within this struggle understood that the abs you want, the body you want, the looks you want, useful in a context, definitely, but much less for attracting intimate partners than you think, versus just trying to be this ideal hegemonic image of what manhood is.
Signifying to other men that you are the one that's getting matches and dates.
Right.
And you might not be.
Right. You probably are really bad in bed if you're one of these guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like at that point, what have you actually done?